Hello students, welcome to our video. In this video, we are going to learn about the Civics chapter, chapter number 5, the Judiciary. Part 1 of this chapter, children. Let's go to the video. What are the learning objectives we are going to learn from this chapter, children? The main features of our judiciary and understand the various levels at which the judiciary works. So what is judiciary? Before go to the topic, let's a small introduction about our judiciary system of Indian Constitution. Okay, the Indian judiciary is a system of courts that interpret and apply the law. It uses a common law system inherited from the legal system established by the former colonial powers and the princely states, as well as some practices from the ancient and the medieval times. The Indian judicial system is managed and administered by the officers of judicial service, those intended to fill the post of district judge and other civil judicial posts and inferior to the district judges. The judicial system of India is classified into three levels of the subsidiary parts. The Supreme Court is also known as the Apex Court and is the top court and the last appellate court in India. The Chief Justice of India as it's the top authority. High courts are the top judicial bodies in the states. Okay, and the judiciary is the organ of the government responsible for the interpretation of law and its implementation. The judiciary is independent of the executive and the legislature. Our constitution has established a single integrated judicial system for the whole country. This means that there are different levels of courts that function in a hierarchy of the authority. At the top of the hierarchy is the Supreme Court, followed by the high courts at state levels. Below the high courts are the subordinate courts at district levels and the local levels. Decisions made by the lower courts can be appealed against in the higher courts. And this is the order of the courts in our Indian country, that is the Supreme Court, High Court, District Court and the Subordinate Court. This is the hierarchy of the court system in our Indian government. And let's see about the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is the highest court of the law in India and the final interpreter of our constitution. And let's see one small places of the Supreme Court that is located in New Delhi. This is our Supreme Court of India that is located in New Delhi. Chief Justice Court. This is the whole view of the Supreme Court of India. Okay, and this is the Supreme Court is located in New Delhi, and he is our current Chief Justice of India. That means the Supreme Court Justice. Okay, President appoints the Justice. Mr. N.V. Ramana is our Supreme Court Chief Justice of India as the 48th Chief Justice of Supreme Court of India. Okay, Mr. N.V. Ramana, our honorable Chief Guest is Chief Justice is Mr. N.V. Ramana. Okay, 48th Chief Justice of India of the Supreme Court of India. And composition, let's see about the composition of the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court consists of the Chief Justice and not more than 30 other judges appointed by the President of India. And let's see about the eligibility of the Chief Justice. In order to be appointed as a judge in the Supreme Court, a person must be a citizen of India and any of the following. That is, a judge of a court at least 5 years, and an advocate of a high court for at least 10 years, and a distinguished jurist in the opinion of the President. So this is the main eligibility criteria of the Supreme Court judge. And next one is a term. Supreme Court judges retire upon attaining the age of 65. A judge of the Supreme Court can only be removed through the process of impeachment for proven misbehavior or the incapacity. So that is the term of the Chief Justice. And then next we will see about the jurisdiction and the powers. Jurisdiction refers to the power of a court of law to enforce the laws or carry out legal judgments. Supreme Court has three types of jurisdiction, children. That is the jurisdiction. It has to be divided into three types. That means the original jurisdiction and the appellate jurisdiction and the advisory jurisdictions. And there are several more than types of the jurisdiction. That is the writs, public interest litigation, and then the judicial review and the court of record. Okay, so these are all the types of the jurisdiction. Let's see about each topics. Original jurisdiction. The original jurisdiction refers to the power of the Supreme Court to hear a dispute as and when it arises for the first time. The Supreme Court exercises the original jurisdiction in the following cases: a dispute between the Government of India and one or more states, and the next one, a dispute between the Government of India and one or more states on one side, or one or more states or the states on the other side, and the last one is a dispute between the two states. These are the following cases. That is the original jurisdiction. And the next one, let's say about the writs. What is the writs, children? The Supreme Court also has a power to issue the writs or the formal commands for the enforcement of the fundamental rights. Okay, that is nothing that the Supreme Court has also the power to issue the writs or the formal commands for the enforcement of the fundamental rights. And the next one is the public interest litigation. That is the PIL. Okay, PIL is nothing that is that citizens can directly approach to the Supreme Court with a matter that they believe is of the importance to the public. This is done by submitting a writ petition or the public interest litigation PIL to the Supreme Court addressed to the Chief Justice of India. Okay, the Chief Justice of India can review the PIL and issue the writ accordingly. Next one is the appellate jurisdiction. Appellate jurisdiction. Appellate jurisdiction is nothing that empowers the Supreme Court to hear the appeals against the judgment or decree passed by a high court in civil or the criminal cases. And the Supreme Court is the highest court of appeal in the country. It therefore has a power to review the decisions of the High Court. And the next one is the advisory jurisdiction. Supreme Court enjoys the advisory jurisdiction, which empowers it to provide the advice and to the President of India on the constitutional matters when asked to do so. And the next one is the judicial review. The Supreme Court is the guardian of the Constitution of India. Therefore, it has the power to determine the constitutional validity of laws passed by the Union or the state. It can declare a law null and void if it is inflicted with the Constitution. This is known as the power of the judicial review. The Supreme Court also has the power to transfer a case from one high court to the another. And next one is the court of record. The Supreme Court maintains a record of its acts and proceedings, which can be referred for the future cases and the proceedings. So Article 195 of our Indian Constitution establishes the Supreme Court as a court of record. Children, actually our Indian Constitution has currently 448 articles and 25 parts and the 12 schedules in our Indian Constitution. Okay, so let's recap what we learned from this part 1 of the chapter, children. Composition of the Supreme Court and the eligibility, terms, and then the jurisdiction and the powers of the Supreme Court. In detailing, original jurisdiction, writs, public interest litigation, and the appellate jurisdiction, and the advisory jurisdiction, judicial review, and the court of record. So these are all the topics covered in this chapter, children. We will meet in another video, that means the second part of this chapter, children. Hope you all understand well. Thank you all, children. Thank you.